And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. First down here for the offense. The give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Guys, this rough start is hardly what they had in mind to start SEC play, and it's not going to get any easier.
Well, no doubt about it. There were big expectations surrounding this program inside SEC play this year, and things haven't necessarily gone their way. They've had to fight a ton of adversity, but, David, they believe they have the leadership in the locker room to turn it around, but it's got to start today.
Yeah, one at a time. Like, we got to start today. We got to find something. We got to find what we're really good at, what we can hang our hat on, so we can start to build some momentum throughout the season. Obviously, not the start we wanted, but we got to point to the next opportunity.
Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Looking to the big tight end. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion? It is great to have a tight end that can do it all and one that can get downfield and make a play.
And I like matching and mixing and matching up the play fake on play action with this tight end because it just gives him a little more time to work his route down the field. Nice play call there by the coordinator.
Off the play fake. Throws to the tight end. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day.
Listen, guys, this is one of the top 10 passing offenses in the entire country. Maybe they're trying to catch the defense napping by going goal line and running the football. Not a lot of success on that last play. Hey, bud, get back to doing what you do best. Throw the ball.
Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The RPO, it's complete. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, and still short of the first down. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
Looking to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Florida State.
Number 8 hauls it in the end zone.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it out. It's locked. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
He's going to pass. Throws to the back. And it's picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. Running back searching for a hole. Just plowing down the field. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
They've moved it into scoring territory, 1st and 10 from the 11. He wants to throw. Dances away. Got it. And he'll step out of bounds just short of the goal line. Almost a touchdown, but not in there yet.
And these plays are really, really simple. Really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive gain.
Calls his own number. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Knowles!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone, it's Luck. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. TCU has it back and the Horned Frogs go on offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively,
it's complete. A huge pickup. All kinds of running room. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. It's complete to the left. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. They lost ground on 1st down. Now 2nd and goal from the 5. He's looking to throw. Touchdown, Horned Frog! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. 2-point conversion attempt is on the way.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Florida State 14, TCU 6.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it back from inside the 15. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
and they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. First down here for the offense. Handoff from the shotgun. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Out of the gun, the give to the back. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Nothing but green ahead. He has 89 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. And with that last carry, into triple digits, over 100 yards for the day.
And he's showing you power. He's showing you speed. He's showing you make you miss. He really is showing you he's a complete back. And by the way, it's still the first half.
Delivers the contact. He worked his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
I'm not sure what the quarterback saw on that one, but that was a very quick decision to take off and run with it to try to get his offense some positive yards.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Nice job by the defense there, getting a stop on the quarterback behind the line of scrimmage. We know they've been burned a few times early in this game by the QB run, but we weren't going to let it happen there.
Feeling some heat. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
Great timing by the defense there. Obviously, the offense has the ball in the red zone. You're trying to create a negative play to back them up. They do that with the sack, and if they're now going to try a field goal, it's going to be a little more work for the kicker.
Between the uprights, it's good. And now the lead is even bigger. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. He'll bring it out. It's locked. That's the kind of mistake that throws off your game plan. Come out in the end zone and you're stopped at the 8. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. They'll throw it on first down. Using the quick game. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On second down, he'll let it fly. It's caught. Rams him with the stiff arm. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play. And you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
They're trying to get to it. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They keep attacking through the air. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, David.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field, just to execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
The Seminoles racing to the line in the hurry-up. They want to throw it. He caught it. And he will score. Touchdown Seminoles. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in week 10.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Oh, he's going to go for the return. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Looking to go up top on first down. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Makes the grab, gets the foot down, just precision execution on that big play. They've got him wobbling after that big play now to pay it off on 1st and 10 from inside the 15. Coming after it. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Looking to throw on 2nd down. And the ball's out, and they're after it. The D scoops it up, and everybody reverses field. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've got to be good in the pocket. Even when things are collapsing and you've got guys swiping at it, you've got to have two hands on the football. Didn't do a really good job with ball security there, and that led to the fumble.
And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Jansen. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. All wideouts, no backs. Looking to move it through the air. Dances away to buy time. He throws one to the left. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And they get him on the ground, but a big play by the sophomore. The Seminoles moving quickly to the line.
Nice catch there. I'll tell you, the Seminole passing attack has come a long way over the years. When I was playing against them back...
Fires toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Florida State.
Number 4 with the catch in the end zone.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, a big-time top 25 duel. Let's get right to the pictures. Michigan is getting smoked. This is unexpected. This is alarming. And I've been on social, and their recruits are definitely taking notice. They're trailing by 14 to LSU. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Takes the easy one to the back. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. They'll try to put it in drive this time on 2nd down from the 22. He's looking to throw. He lobs one high down the left side. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. Oh, he thought for sure he was going to be able to house that one, but a huge pickup all the way down to the 12. They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. Quarterback will audible. To the air on 1st down. He's got it. And he wanted to score badly, but the defense wrestles him down at the 2. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the 1st down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that 1st down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, TCU.
And nice job by this offense, putting the scoring drive together. And now listen, it's not even halftime yet, so keep fighting. Going to halftime, regroup. We found a little something on this drive. See if we can cut into this lead and continue to make this game closer and closer.
They knocked through the extra point, but they still trail 31-13. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And he's coming out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
The give to the left side. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play. 3rd and short now. They snap it from their own 46. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. And the Noles will punt this one away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance trying to beat the D deep. And it's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. And the Seminoles will hustle to the line. Might as well give it to him again. Can't get him to the ground. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
How nice is it as a play caller when you've got a running back as good as this guy, right? I mean, you can just dial up conservative run calls. Nothing has to be too tricky, too fancy. You just know he's going to go make good things happen. Even when it's not blocked properly, he is still finding ways to rip off long runs. This guy now has over 150 yards rushing in the game. Doesn't look like he's slowing down.
2nd and short now after that completion. He's looking to throw. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Comes out throwing on 1st down. He'll pull it down and run. Gives him a little shake, and he's got some room. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a 1st down. The Noles with the 1st and 10. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Headed to the end zone. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. And the defense able to get him down, and that should bring us to the end of the half. They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. Touchdown, no! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Horned Frogs will kick it away to start the second half. Coming out with it, it's Lane. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
That's a really good-looking throw there. And I think about back in my day playing for the Gators, we were known as having this high-octane passing attack with Steve Spurrier, but every time we played the Seminoles and Chris Swanky, of course, would go on to win a Heisman Trophy, we knew that we were going to have to be executing at a high level. This guy right here, when he gets going and he gets into a groove, he just does not miss. He is able to light up the scoreboard for the Seminoles.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. Powers through. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. How about this dude going off script for the Noles? Not necessarily known for his running ability.
Hey, make plays when they're there, right? I think that's one of the most important qualities of a quarterback is being able to make the right decision at the right time. And listen, they've had some great ones at Florida State. Looking for that next great one to take them over the top.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown Seminoles. And the stomping has commenced.
Have a day, young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not one, not two, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. From inside the 15, here's the return. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Hauls it in. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. That's the way to open a drive. Now they'll put it in play just shy of midfield. He's looking to throw it. He wants to take the top off. And he'll make the catch at the 15. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6. After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside the 5. He's got it. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
This quarterback right now is in a groove. He's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, TCU! He has been surgical, precision passing, using the scaffold, the fine instrument, rather than the
just destroying this defense.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
TCU 26.
He'll bring it back looking for help. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. The give from the gun. Puts him in the spin cycle. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
I think Jesse and Reese could call offensive plays for any team if they're having this much success on the ground. It starts with the ground game, right? Like, you can chew up these kind of plays, then I can play action later on and take shots. But right now,
the expressway is wide open. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. They'll go back to the ground. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
it's just so nice to know you can start off on 1st down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Man, it's nice to have a quarterback that can do this. Last week was unbelievable. This week, even better. This dude is absolutely on fire, in the zone, feeling it, using the whole field, doing whatever he wants, when he wants, how he wants.
He's got it inside the 15. Touchdown. And the beatdown has ensued.
Every time we speak to defenses before they play this guy, they all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative and exotic ways to try to cover him in the back end, but they're never able to get it done. This guy just beats coverage time and time again, and with that last catch, that's now his 15th receiving score of the season.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. TCU has it back and the Horned Frogs go on offense. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Throws to the wideout. On target to the left. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. His offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. They're going back to the ground. Makes one man miss. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. The play action fake. He's got him in the flat. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
And that's why this running back's a big weapon here, right? Because not only can he run the ball, but he can catch it too. Even running flat routes when you know the ball's going to be in the air a long way, he can adjust to it, make something good happen after the catch. And quite honestly, they need him because they've thrown a couple of picks now in this game. They've got to find a way to get this guy going ball.
They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. And the Horned Frogs want to crank the tempo. Wants to throw on 1st down. They're bringing heat. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. Second down coming up. looking to throw. Got the back over the middle. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Trying to get to it. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
One of the things I love about this kid is that he goes to work. He struggled his last game out, completed less than 50% of his throws. So back to the drawing board, back to fundamentals, and you can see that paying dividends in this game. I know he just threw an incompletion, but for the most part, this guy has been spot on.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Gonna take a shot. Another interception. That's his fourth of the day. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Great job by the freshman. Kept his eyes in the right place and made the play. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that...
Oh, look out. There he goes. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Quarterback on the keeper. Plows through the defense. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. Snap it to the back. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
This is an offense that leads the nation in first downs because there's so many different ways they can attack you. They're versatile. They could throw it. They could run it. They've got so much balance, and that's what makes them so hard to stop.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Quick release on the RPO. There to make the stop, and we've played 3 in this one.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Florida State 52.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Leaves it with the running back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. They just need a few more inches here on fourth down, and they'll try to get it with the offense. And the Seminoles brought to